This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check your subscribe to the channel, double check your notifications are on, and if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly, because you guys know that these bad actors are attacking me like crazy. Well, not attacking me, but attacking the channel. They're trying to make sure more people don't become aware of the fraud and corruption in the stock market, because the more people that become aware, the more pressure puts on the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI to do the job that we pay them to do with our tax dollars. Anyway, listen, this is some great news. I don't even understand why it's not affecting the price of XRP. The bad actors are still holding it down, but the SEC has approved Grayscale's conversion of their digital large cap ETF into a spot ETF that includes, guess what, XRP. So XRP is now approved by the SEC to be in a spot ETF. The Grayscale digital large cap has like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and of course XRP. I think this is very positive, and this tells me that the single spot ETFs for XRP are gonna be approved very soon. So that video I did that said that BlackRock was putting pressure on the SEC to approve a spot ETF, I guess that was true. Okay? But you know, when the big money comes in, and this is just my opinion. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell XRP or any cryptocurrency or any stock. You have to do your own DD and come to your own conclusion. But what do you think is going to happen when BlackRock applies for their spot ETF with XRP? Once it's approved and up and running, the floodgates are going to open with institutional money and pension money, and that should send XRP past all-time highs. Okay? And like I told you guys in the previous video, all these people that applied for XRP spot ETFs, all these people that are considering applying for XRP spot ETFs, they have to have the XRP first before they can put the XRP ETF on the market. So that means right now, if they weren't loading up before, they are definitely loading up now that the SEC has approved the Grayscale multi-crypto spot ETF, okay? This is a positive catalyst. There's no reason why XRP shouldn't be moving up because of this news, but it doesn't even matter to me. I like the fact, and this is just my opinion, that XRP is still trading around $2.20. That gives me more time to load up at these ridiculously low prices. Of course, you know I added to my position today. I'm going to add tomorrow. I'm going to add more this week. And hopefully, no more XRP spot ETFs are approved till the end of July. Okay? That'll give retail investors a month to really load up on their position if they want, before BlackRock gets in the game. Once BlackRock gets in the XRP spot ETF game, I think everything changes. Okay? BlackRock moves the market. They do. If anybody tells you any different, they're not paying attention, okay? And if you asked me who BlackRock was 5 years ago, I would have had absolutely no idea whatsoever. When I tell you guys that had it not been for these criminals and the buy button with GME and AMC, I will be just as, is ignorant the right word? Ignorant about the stock market as I was 5 years ago. But what happened was the fraud and corruption in the market forced me to educate myself. It forced me to learn. And I'm glad, and people might take this the wrong way. I'm glad that this happened. I am glad that this happened. Because had this not happened, I would still be buying stocks and selling stocks. I knew nothing about options. Not really. I understand you can buy an option, but I didn't really understand how it works. I didn't understand how it works. But had this not happened, had these criminals not been exposed for what they've been doing for like 20 or 30 years, had they not been exposed with the buy button fiasco, I would still be very, very naive. That's a better word. I would still be very, very naive when it comes to the fraud and corruption in the stock market. I'd be very naive when it comes to crypto. I'd be very naive when it comes to how the treasury bonds work. I'd be very naive. So even though I lost a lot of money with AMC, there's no doubt about that. I believe it was tuition for the education I received over the last 5 years. As far as I'm concerned right now, I got a PhD in the market, okay? I got a PhD in the market. And I have to thank the criminals who were naked shorting AMC and GME for this forced education. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Why do you think the SEC approved a spot ETF containing XRP, yet the XRP price won't move?